Morning, welcome to day 3, Wednesday, of our writing lessons for this week. I hope you liked writing your If I Were poems yesterday. Today we have a different poem, again, called What is Orange by Mary O'Neill. There's no nasty writing for today. Instead, we have put a video onto the daily learning page of Mrs. Robinson Wright giving some feedback about the writing work that you did before half term, the Harry Potter work. So we'll go straight into the main writing task for today. There is a clip. There's a link to it on the daily learning page of this poem being performed. It's quite an old clip. It's probably from the 80s or something when I was at school. But it just gives you an idea of the different ways in which people perform poetry. I think the school children in the video clip actually sing the poem. But let's read it together now. What is orange? Orange is a tiger lily, a carrot, a feather from a parrot, a flame, the wildest colour you can name. Orange is a happy day saying goodbye in a sunset that shocks the sky. Orange is brave, orange is bold, it's bittersweet and marigold. Orange is zip, orange is dash, the brightest stripe in a Roman sash. Orange is an orange, and also a mango. Orange is music of the tango. Orange is the fur of a fiery fox, the brightest crayon in the box. And in the fall, when the leaves are turning, orange is the smell of a bonfire burning. I love this poem. It's a very simple concept to just describe a colour and say what images the colour makes the poet think of. And some of those images are really quite simple, aren't they? A carrot, a feather from a parrot, but they work because they're really clear, strong images, and the reader of the poet, or the listener to the poem, really has those images appear in their head as they're reading. So, what poetic devices can we spot in that poem today? I'll let you have a little think. Think of all the things from the guided reading lesson this week. Think about the things we spoke about the last 2 days. Let's have a look and see if you thought of them. So, one is metaphor, which we've already talked about quite a lot this week. Orange is a tiger lily. Well, it's not actually a tiger lily, but a tiger lily is the colour orange. Orange is zip. Orange is dash. I love those images, like orange is really fast and quick and strong. So the poet has used metaphor really effectively there. Alliteration. We've got some alliteration in the same line, like the fiery fox, but we've also got it in different lines. Orange is brave, orange is bold. We don't want too much of it though, do we? Because if you have too much, it can spoil the poem. Imagery. So there's lots of use of our senses and of strong adjectives. So, for example, orange is the fur of the fiery fox. It's making me think about what fur might feel like as well as what it looks like. Orange is the smell of a bonfire burning. So it's not just about what orange looks like, it's about how it might smell as well. And repetition. There's loads of repetition in this poem, isn't there? Orange is, orange is, orange is. But it really works. So you might have guessed already what your task is for today. You need to choose your own colour, any colour you like, and write a poem called What is Black? What is Blue? What is Green? And there's a success criteria on the website as usual to help you. So my poem for today, because green is one of my favourite colours, is going to be, here's a pen, that will help. What is green? So that's my title to my poem. And again, like we have the last 2 days, although we're just having fun with this and writing a poem and not worrying too much about it being perfect or worrying too much about choosing the perfect words straight away, you know, we're sort of editing it and drafting it as we go, it might help you a little bit to do some kind of plan or mind map before you start. So what I might do is write green and then start thinking about all the things, just literally write them all down. I don't have to put all this in my poem, but it's just the first thing that's coming into my head. I've got grass, leaves, trees, apples, grapes, spring, makes me think of spring. I think green is a very calm and relaxing colour. I've got a lot of green in my house, I love green. It's comforting, I think. But also some people say green is the colour of jealousy, don't they? I don't know if I'm going to put that on my poem or not. The other poem was pretty much all positive things, wasn't it? So I might try and keep mine positive as well. So that's what I might do first. I might just write down everything that I think of. And then I've got a really good bank of ideas to help me write my poem. And again, I'm going to show you, like yesterday, when I was making my notes for this video. Here's my mind map. And look, I started writing my poem. And look how much I wrote 2 lines, and then I crossed them out. Then I wrote another line. Then I started writing a word, and then I crossed it out. And you can do that in your book. Just use a ruler and a pencil. And then, you know, I might write a few lines and then think, actually, that line would sound better at the beginning, and change the word order around. So don't be afraid to do that. So I'm going to start off with my ideas about nature. Oh, nature, that's something else that green reminds me of. So I need to try and use metaphor, a little bit of alliteration, and lots of strong adjectives to help the reader create pictures in their mind's eye. So I'm going to say, I'm going to start with green is, a bit like Mary O'Neill did. Green is, now I could just say green is a leaf, green are leaves. But for me, the green I love is the really bright new leaf at the start of spring. So I'm going to say green is a new leaf. Waking up in spring. So I'm going to say a bit more. I could just say green is a new leaf, green is a tree. I could start my poem like that, and I think that's how I started it originally. And then I thought, no, I'm going to say a bit more about what I mean by that. Green is a new leaf, waking up in spring. What it also makes me think of, and I haven't got that in my plan, is the stem, you know, of new flowers when they come up in the spring, like snowdrops, daffodils, and then later on things like bluebells, hyacinths, tulips. Their stems and leaves are very bright and green and vibrant, aren't they? So green is a new leaf waking up in spring. I'm going to say the stem of a daffodil. Should be seeing some of those soon, shouldn't we? The stem of a daffodil. And also the bright greenness of new leaves on trees. So I could say green is a new leaf waking up in spring, the stem of a daffodil, a tree or lots of trees. Doesn't sound very good, does it? Where do you see lots and lots of trees growing together? A forest, a wood, a jungle? Oh, jungle is a good one. I'm going to add that to my mind map. Yeah, I'm going to talk about a forest. And you know, after the winter, all the leaves start to appear on the forest again, on the trees in the forest, and they're really bright green. So I'm going to put a forest reborn. Green is a new leaf waking up in spring, the stem of a daffodil, a forest reborn. Now I'm going to go over here to my feelings. So I'm going to jump about a bit, and I'm just thinking this as I'm writing. So sometimes new things come to you while you're writing. For me, spring always brings hope, because sometimes by this time of the year you're a bit like, oh, a bit fed up of this weather. It's grey, it's a bit rainy and windy. And then you have a really lovely sunny day and you think, oh, how lovely, spring is coming, spring's on the way. So I'm going to put here, green is hope. Green, then I'm going to use one of my adjectives from here. Green is calm. Green is hope. Green is calm. I've got lots of repetition in my poem. Green is, I'm going to go over here now to apples. Green is ripe, juicy apples. So using some nice adjectives there for my reader. Green is ripe, juicy apples. Now, I haven't used any rhyming in my poem at all yet. I think that's really hard to do good rhyming in a poem. Mary O'Neill did, but you don't have to in your poem at all. It's a bit of a challenge for you if you want to. But when I've written calm and apples, the word farm has come in my head. So I might put a little rhyme in here, and then I'm meeting one of the 3 chili challenges. Green is hope, green is calm, green is ripe, juicy apples being picked on a farm. I don't know if I like that or not, actually. It might sound a bit too obvious. So when I read it back through, I might change it. Green is a new leaf waking up in spring, the stem of a daffodil, a forest reborn. Green is hope, green is calm, green is ripe, juicy apples being picked on a farm. I think I'm going to leave it there and let you have a go. So choose your favourite colour. Doesn't have to be your favourite colour, you can choose any colour you like. Maybe make some notes, some images that colour immediately makes you think of. Don't just think about things you can see, think about smells. It's not something I've thought about yet. Maybe the smell of green tea or the smell of the apples waiting to be picked on the farm. Think about the feelings that colour evokes in you. Think about how the colour makes you feel. Have fun with that today. Again, I haven't given you a length for this poem. It's up to you how long or short it is. If it's like 2 or 3 lines, it's probably not going to work that well. So you probably want to make it a good sort of 8 to 10 lines, I would say, but you might find your poem becomes much longer because you've got so many great ideas and images. And don't forget that Mary O'Neill, some of her lines were just 2 words: a flame, a carrot. So I could have done that a bit more here. I've chosen to make my lines a bit longer, but your lines might be much shorter, like Mary O'Neill's. Okay, have fun with that today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.